Judge just granted Halle Bailey a restraining order against DDG after she claims he laid hands on her while they were discussing visitation for their son Halo. She was passing Halo off to DDG. He became enraged as they were discussing visitation. They began to wrestle. That's when she claimed he put her head into the steering wheel, chipping her tooth as he was pulling her hair. She claimed that the wrestling didn't stop until she began to cry, but she did not feel safe letting Halo go with DDG, so she got in the car. They rode to DDG's house where she hysterically told his family about what had went down, and they agreed to look after Halo. Also alleged that DDG did some weird stuff by entering her home without permission and sending her a photo of her bed, claiming, "Oh, now I know what you be on." She claims that when he sent that text, she assumed that he assumed she was dealing with other men. 4 days after that incident, DDG came to her home again to pick up Halo, which is when she broke the news that he couldn't hang out with him because he was sick. When she claims DDG became verbally abusive, claims he actually smashed the Ring camera and ran off with her phone, drove a little bit down the street and threw the phone out the window and told her, "Go get it, B." Halle claims that this prompted her to file a restraining order against DDG, and after a judge reviewed all of the footage, they agreed that he needs to stay at least 100 yards away from her, and the judge gave Halle permission to take their 18-month-old son Halo to Italy so she can film a movie for 2 months. Now, in addition to all of that, the judge also said that DDG cannot mention Halo or Halle on his live stream. To put the cherry on top of the cake, he submitted text messages of DDG allegedly confronting her a possible relationship with Brent Fayez. In the text here, you see DDG saying, "You think you hurt my feelings, but you really just ruined your own image. This is a terrible look." He says, "It makes you look disgusting and evil." Keep in mind, this was on Mother's Day. He says, "Enjoy your vacation. Happy Mother's Day. Just have the same energy when it's my time to have Halo. I'm on the same type of time." Guys, this entire situation just caught me completely off guard. I knew they were having issues, but I did not know it was this bad. Neighbors, I'm curious to know what y'all think about this. Let me know down in the comments. Peace.
Feel like, damn, bro, should I get a stylist? Why are they saying GGTMZ? Let's see. Why are they saying GGTMZ? All right, I'm looking at her story now. What? Oh. Don't even.
That can't even be real.
Fuck all that.
But that can't even be real. That's the thing.
But don't even. But you remember we talked about last night? All that. Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know where that even came from.
Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. It's a good human being.
Even, but I don't.
But hey, bro, we on stream, bro.
Come on, like I gotta be.
Just don't do it, bro. Come here. Fuck that. That's my real friend. We're not gonna do no false in the stream. He's a great.
So Halle Bailey sent DDG a restraining order saying that he's been physically abusive, and it started around the month of January. You know what's really crazy to me is the fact that academics predicted all of this. Like, if you watch some of Academic's old streams talking about DDG, he was basically telling them, like, yo, if she can't get you one way, her next move is going to be basically to say you abusive and you hit her. What's crazy to me is watching DDG reaction to when he first got the news live on streams. He looked shocked, like he couldn't believe it. See, this is what happens when men get too comfortable and they think that a woman is too innocent or they won't do anything too crazy or go beyond what they have already done. He put Halle Bailey on that pedestal, making it seem like she's this innocent baby mother, like, not my baby mother, not the Little Mermaid. She would never do nothing like this. Now she send you a restraining order saying you can't stream and you can't put my son on camera no more. I'm telling you, she's been planning this from the moment they broke up. This has been a strategic move by her from day one.
As I've stated before, when it comes down to DDG and Halle Bailey, I love the dude to death. I love DDG. But at the same time, I do think he was a bad move to begin with. Because number one, she already knew this dude messes with plenty of women. Now, once again, I was wishing that they were doing good. I wish that they would excel or whatnot. But of course, when that situation happened, where DDG decided to jump on the internet and I guess call her out because she was, kissing some dude on, I guess on the Little Mermaid or whatnot. I mean, once again, that was a bad move on his end because you're messing up your woman's bag, right? Because we're talking about Disney here, right? We're talking about Disney here. He should have known that. But let's go ahead and just read this article. And it's funny how they start off with the Little Mermaid star, right? The Little Mermaid star. Now I know some people are gonna be like, well, people they don't know who she is, right? Well, there's a lot of people who go to the court and we don't know who they are. Just say Halle Bailey, right? Pretty sure they can look her up. Anyway, so it goes on to say the Little Mermaid star alleges he was repeatedly violent with her and made her fear for herself and their child. And they always got to put the child in there. That's the crazy thing about it. That's how they weaponize children against the man. They always got to put the dang child in there. You can have an issue with the woman all day, but when she wants to get back at you, she will always say, I fear for my life and I fear for my child's life. Just so you can just add that little like, hey man, like that listen, you need to really make sure this man stay away from this little child right here or these children. This is sick, man. This is sick. But it goes on to say on Tuesday, a Las Vegas judge ordered DDG, whose full name is Daryl Dwayne Granberry Jr., to stay away from Bailey and their son until a hearing on June 6th. That's crazy. That is crazy, man. That is crazy, bro. That is crazy. So then it goes on to say Bailey, 25, alleged that there have been multiple acts of physical violence from Granberry since their split in October. BBC News has asked representative for Granberry for comment. So then it goes on to say in documents requesting the order reported by the Associated Press, Bailey said, throughout our relationship, Daryl has been and continues to be physically, verbally, emotionally, and financially abusive towards me. I am seeking orders to protect myself and our son Halle from his ongoing abuse. Bailey and Granberry, 27, were in a relationship from 2022 until last year. The article then goes on to say, in the documents, the actress claims things got physical between us after Granberry repeatedly insulted her as she strapped the baby into a seat in his car in January. Then she says, we fought each other, wrestling and tussling, she said. At one point, Daryl was pulling my hair. He then slammed my face onto the steering wheel, which caused her tooth to be chipped, causing my tooth to get chipped. I then stopped fighting back as I was in a lot of pain. Bailey included photos of her tooth, bruises on her arm, which have since been published by some U.S. media outlets. 2 months after the alleged altercation, Bailey alleges that Granberry entered her house when she wasn't home and texted her a photo of her bed along with a threatening message suggesting she was having sex with another man. A few days later, she claimed Granberry berated her when she did not want to send their unwell baby on a visit with her. Then smashed a Ring doorbell on her porch when he realized it was recording their confrontation. Yeah, I definitely want to see that video. So then goes on to say she further alleged that when she called a relative for help, he took her phone and slammed a car door on her as she was holding the baby. Bailey filed a police report over the incident. Granberry was also instructed not to possess any weapons. The judge can extend the order up to 5 years at the June 6th hearing. Bailey also requested that Granberry be ordered to stop using his social media platforms to continue bad-mouthing me to his several millions of fans. He claims I am withholding our son and that I am with other men. I mean, you technically are withholding his son. I mean, let's just be real. Like, look at the links that you are going to just to keep this man away from his child. I mean, once again, and then you even sat here and said, hey, well, listen, nobody ever notified me that this man was putting my child on stream, as if it isn't his child either. So, I mean, once again, like, come on now, like, let's be real here. You're literally using this opportunity to keep the child away from the man. So, I mean, look, guys, like I said, y'all let me know down below. What do y'all think, right? What do y'all think? Like I said, it's a wild situation. He is not innocent in this whatsoever. Do I think he put hands and did all of this extra stuff that she's saying? No, right? Nah, but once again, this is still developing. So, and once again, at the end of the day, we got to look at it for what it is. She is one of your most innocent sisters known to man, one of your most innocent women known to man. She seems like she's docile. She's real chill. But once again, we already know she's, I don't know. I'm really on edge on wanting to call her a modern day woman, because this right here is crazy. Now you're a single mother, you're going out, and then on top of that, you go You take your baby out to Italy to go deal with a whole nother man. That's wild, right? That's wild. So, like I said, I'm on the verge of saying she is your modern day woman. And this right here is just kind of just changing the perspective. This right here changed the perspective about her. Willing to go to crazy lengths just to keep a man away from the child, right? I like I said, I'm not sitting up here saying that she is lying all the way, but I mean, hey, let's just continually keep listening. Let's continue to keep watching out. Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel.